Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing some 3x3 walkthrough solves. So for these walkthrough solves, I will be using the CFOP method, and I will most likely be doing white cross for all of them. For reference, I average around low 10s on 3x3, so hopefully you guys will be able to learn something from these solves. I will also be putting the scrambles on screen if you guys would like to follow along. Let's just get into the first solve. So I see that the blue and green cross edges are already inserted and the red and orange are only one move away, but they are not relative to each other. First, I'm going to insert the red cross piece so that it is in the correct spot relative to the green piece. Then I'll do an R2 so that these two are correct relative to each other once I insert them. So as for tracking my first pair, the two blue and red pieces, it's kind of hard to see how they'll end up together right now, but I know that once I finish my cross solution, they'll end up actually paired and ready for a 3-move insert. So for the cross solution, I'm going to do L prime to set these two up, and then R2 to have these two in relative to each other. And now to finish off the cross, I'll do D prime, and as you can see, that solves the blue and red pair, and then F R2. And now all I need is the D prime to align all the cross edges. And as you can see, the blue and red pair is now solved. So now I'll insert the blue and red pair, but I'm also looking ahead to my second F2L pair, which I see will probably be the green and red pair. So I'll insert these two, and then go straight into the green and red pair, which I'll just pair up like this, U2, and then insert. So while I was doing that pair, I was also looking ahead to my third pair, and I saw that the green and orange pair would be fairly easy to do. So right now the edge is already in the slot, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the corner, take the edge out, and pair them, and I'll do a U2 and then insert. So now both the pieces for my last F2L pair are on the U layer. Now to solve them, I'll do U prime, pair them up, and then since I see that none of the edges are oriented for the last layer, I'll actually do a U prime and then insert with the sledgehammer. And that orients some of the edges. So then OLL, and then a J perm, which is pretty nice. And that's it for the first solve. Now on to the second scramble. So this cross seems pretty easy. The green cross edge is already inserted, and then I can insert red and blue, which means now they are all correct relative to each other, and then orange is only one move away from being solved. And now, while I'm doing this, I see that when I insert red, the blue and red edge is actually solved, and then it won't be interrupted when I finish the rest of the cross. So now all I need to do is find the corner, which is right here. So after I insert blue, I do a D move, and then insert orange, and now the cross is solved. So while I was doing the cross, I already knew that the blue and red edge would be in its correct slot, so all I had to do was look for the corner, and I can go straight into that pair now. And I'll solve this pair by moving the corner out of the way, and take the edge out, and then I'll do a U2, and then insert. And now, while I was inserting that pair, I saw the orange and blue corner, and I see that the edge is back here. So I can solve these like this. I can take the edge out, and then here, instead of doing a U move and then rotating, I'll actually do a wide D move, so that I can just insert them like this. And now, while I was doing that pair, I saw that the red and green pair came out, and they are paired, but just incorrectly. So to solve these, I'll actually do another wide D move, but a D prime this time. I'll do L prime, U2, L2, and then insert them. So while I was doing that, I saw that both of the pieces for the orange and green pair ended up on the U layer, which is pretty nice. So I'll solve them like this. And then insert. And then for this OLL, I actually find that it's very helpful to be able to do this U move with a push like that. And that way the algorithm flows a lot better. So when I do it, it looks like this. And then G prime. That's it for solve 2. Alright, now on to solve 3. So this cross solution actually doesn't look too easy, but I have my 4 pieces here, 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 and here. And the way I'm going to solve them is by inserting orange and green relative to each other. And then after I realign them, I'll insert blue and red. And also, while I'm doing this, I want to track my first pair. So a fairly easy pair to track here is actually the green and red pair, which has the edge piece here and the corner piece down here. So while doing the cross solution, I'll do, from this angle, I'll do F prime L to insert both orange and green. And then I'll do a D move, and then insert red with an R, which I also see pairs up green and red pretty nicely, and then insert blue. So that probably wasn't the best cross solution, but I think it worked out pretty well because I already see 3 of my F12 pairs in the U layer. So like I said, I'll go straight into red and green, and I'll solve it like this. And then, as I was doing that, the blue and orange pair ended up not being interrupted, so I'll rotate, and I'll solve this pair. Insert. And then, while I was doing that, I saw the red and blue pair actually. So I'll do a U2, and I'll take this corner out, and that pairs these 2 up. And then I'll rotate and insert. And then, I see the orange and green pair, which I'll do an R, U2, R prime, and then insert. So I actually have a dot OLL, which isn't too great, but oh well. And then G perm. That's it for solve 3. Now on to solve 4. So this cross actually looks pretty easy, as I can insert orange, green, and red, and they all end up relative to each other, and all they need is the D2 to solve it. And then blue ends up only 1 move away. Now, again, while I'm doing this, I want to track my first pair, and I see that after doing the R prime, the red and green pair doesn't get interrupted throughout the rest of the cross solution. So I'll do my cross, R prime, F prime, L prime, D2, F2. As I was inserting the blue cross edge, I actually saw that the blue and red pair ended up being paired up very nicely, and I can just rotate and solve that, and the red and green pair didn't get interrupted by that. So I'll go straight into the red and green pair after I finish that, and do it like this, and then insert. While I was doing the red and green pair, I was looking ahead to my third F12 pair, which I think I'm going to do orange and blue, and all I have to do for this pair is a sledgehammer, which is R prime F, R, F prime, and then now they're paired up for a good insert. And now the only pair left is actually the green and orange pair, and this isn't the nicest F12 pair, but at least I see that all my edges are oriented for OLO. So I'll rotate and solve this pair like this. R, U2, R2, and then I can insert this, and then insert this. And actually, I got an OLL skip, which is very nice. So then, just an F perm. That's it for the 4th solve. Now on to the 5th and final scramble. Alright, so I have my 4 cross pieces here, 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 and back here. And the way I'm going to solve this is by actually inserting the blue piece down here to make it correct relative to the red piece. And then for my first pair, I think I'm going to end up doing the blue and red pair. So for the cross solution, I'm going to do a U prime, and then just insert blue like this, so that when I line these up correctly with the D move, I can just insert orange and then green. And like I said, I was tracking the blue and red pair during that, so I'll just go straight into that pair. And also while I'm doing this, I'm also going to be tracking the red and green pair. So I'll solve this pair like this. U2, and then do an R, U2, pair them up, and then insert it. And like I said, I was tracking the red and green pair during that, so I'll just go straight into that pair after. And I'll solve this pair like this. I'll do a U prime, take this corner out, and then these two are paired up for a 3-move insert. So as you can see, I've solved both pairs in the back, so now both my last 2 pairs are in the front, which is pretty nice. So right now the easiest one, it looks like the orange and blue pair, which I can just solve like this. R, U prime, R prime, and then they're set up for an insert. And of course, while I was doing that, I was tracking my orange and green pair, which I'll solve like this. I'll rotate, and then do R, U, R prime, which sets them up for a 3-move insert. And this is a pretty easy OLO case. And then G perm. And that's it for the 5th solve. I hope you guys were able to learn something from this video, and let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see more walkthrough or example solves, maybe even on other types of puzzles. Anyway, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video for more content in the future. Thanks for watching. Bye.